Welcome into Castle Coliseum. I am Riley Wine for 3304 Sports, joined by Skylar Adkins. It is the pregame show of the big matchup, number 14 Miami, here in Blacksburg against the Virginia Tech Hokies. Now, this is quite the matchup because they actually did not do so well against Miami earlier in the season. Back in January, actually, Virginia Tech just couldn't put out. Now, what do you think happened in that game, Skylar?
Yeah, last time in Miami, both teams came out with a lot of energy. Going into the halftime, tied. But after half, the Hurricanes outscored the Hokies by 7 points to pull away 68-61. The problem that came with the game was that the Hokies trio of Taylor Emery and Dara Mabry and Reagan Marguerite were the only scorers over in double figures for the Hokies. And on the Miami side, Patrice Mom Premier had a double-double with 18 points and 13 rebounds, while Amisa Hoff led the game with 23 points.
And honestly, this has been a pattern in Tech's history, honestly, with this Miami rivalry. Now, they have not won 15 straight games against Miami. It's been since 2010. So today, here in Castle Coliseum, they really got to prove a lot, especially since they started out not doing so hot in their conference play. They started out 0-7, and actually they started that bad spell with their Miami game. So they've been a bit inconsistent since then. They are now 3-9 in conference play, so they're doing a little bit better. They got a win over Pitt, over BC, and over Duke, all on the road. So that's been pretty impressive. And but Miami just has been absolutely on fire.
They have been on a tear. Their last win came over then number 2 Louisville, a team that Tech couldn't take down, even though they had the heart and determination, almost coming back from a 20-point win. But Miami has, like you said, Riley, they have been on fire. Before that, they took down then number 4 Notre Dame and have jumped 6 spots from number 20 to number 14 since beating Louisville.
And honestly, this win against the Cardinals put Miami's women's basketball team as the NCAA Team of the Week, which is very impressive. And it's their first top 3 triumph in program history. And it was a really interesting game. If you go back and look, Miami rallied back from a season-high 14-point deficit, and they blew this lead. And it was really amazing to see. Louisville was just dumbfounded at what had happened. So they really have the confidence coming into play today on the court. So all they need to do is just keep up this good pattern. But the Hokies are going to want to break this streak of this 15-game straight game loss. So we're going to have to really look at key players when it comes down to this whole entire matchup. So obviously, Amisa Hoff is the key player for Miami, the senior from Netherlands. She was the ESPNW National Player of the Week, and she was just putting up points like nobody's business this whole season, really.
Yeah, absolutely. She was very dominant in their game against the Cardinals, exploding for 32 points while only allowing 22 points to Louisville in the fourth quarter. Well, the Hurricanes scored 32 points in the fourth quarter, actually, holding Louisville to 22. But Amisa Hoff had a game-high 25 points, including a tie-breaking layup with under 90 seconds, a reverse layup right under the basket against Louisville to break the tie. Along with her, though, Patrice Montpierre has been her tag team, her wingman, as you would say, wing woman,
Yep.
as I would say. They both combined for a NCAA leading 28 double-doubles on 23 of their 27 outings. And they're also Miami's leading scorers with 14 points for Montpierre and 16 points for Amisa Hoff.
Yeah, they're going to be really the biggest weapons on Miami's offense, people to look out to and to look out for. And so on the other end, Tech has plenty of their own weapons as well. Taylor Emery, as always, the senior guard, is just always coming in clutch for the Hokies. In their last matchup against Georgia Tech, she put up 27 points. She actually just reached her 1,000th career point record, joining 26 other women who have done so in Blacksburg. And she's actually the fastest woman in Virginia Tech basketball history to do so. So that's pretty impressive, and she's going to be one to watch, as well as Reagan McGarity and Dara Mabry. And I really think Dara Mabry, the true freshman, has been really impressive against ranked opponents. She was the lead scorer against in the Louisville game. They're ranked number 2, and so she came in clutch and worked well under the pressure. So I think she's going to be one to look out for.
Absolutely. Mabry is shooting at a clip of 47%, something very different, something not usual for a young player, a true freshman on the court. And an interesting fact is that she leads the ACC with the 47% shooting from 3, and her sister, Marina Mabry, is right behind her with 46% shooting clip from the 3, and she plays at Notre Dame. And to go along with that, Tech is shooting 38% as a team from deep, which is also the best in the ACC. So this shooting is just tremendous for the Hokies.
Yeah, don't go anywhere. We have plenty of more pregame coverage for you coming right up. We're going to go to break. Welcome back to your pregame coverage today. It is number 14 Miami facing the Virginia Tech Hokies at home here in Castle Coliseum. For 3304 Sports, I'm Riley Wyant, joined again by Skylar Atkins. Now, we were just talking about these key players in today's matchup. I was just touching on Dara Mabry, how I think she's going to come in clutch just because she plays really well against ranked opponents, plays well under pressure, but one person that we can't leave out of this mix is Reagan McGarity. I mean, she is number 5 on the VT all-time scoring list with 1,500 points, nearly over 1,500 points. And she sits at 6th in the nation in rebounds, averaging 12.5 points per game, and she continues to lead the conference in that category. And honestly, her 314 rebounds on the season is the 3rd most in school history. She's just been absolutely remarkable for the Hokies.
Absolutely. She's a force down low, grabbing, like you said, the 6th highest rebounds in the nation at 12.5 rebounds per game, which also leads the ACC conference. And honestly, for this game, that's the biggest matchup, is the forwards and the centers down low, with Montpriere and Hoff, and on the Hokies side, it being Baptiste and McGarity.
Yeah, honestly, and so these girls, this little trio we have here, I guess, Taylor Emery, Dara Mabry, and Reagan McGarity, are really just going to have to step up and face the big dogs in Amisa Hoff and Beatrice Montpriere, because they're really going to bring the heat. They are really confident coming off these wins and upsetting these ranked opponents. So they're going to really have to just come in clutch, be explosive on the court. Miami really likes to dominate the paint, so Tech is going to have to look to come out physical and hopefully knock down some early three-pointers to really just get the ball rolling.
Yeah, absolutely, Riley. With the force of Hoff and Montpriere down low, you've got to look for Emery to get free, make some moves, cut to the basket, and be able to push it out to Dana Mabry for three, or push it down low to McGarity for the post basket. So yeah, just look for Tech to pull those that interior tall presence in the paint out farther with their high clip of 38% shooting from the three.
I mean, 15 straight losses to Miami. These girls got to be hungry for a win. I mean, since 2010, losing to Miami that many times, they're going to have to really come out and bring it. And honestly, I think that they might be able to do it because their number 2 Louisville game was a very close one. They almost came out on top, but we are going to go to break. When we come back, Skylar joins Jake Lyman on the call. Thanks.
Hello and welcome in to 3304 Sports. I'm Jake Lyman alongside Skylar Adkins, and we have a great presentation for you today. the number 14 Miami Hurricanes coming in to face the Virginia Tech Hokies here in Castle Coliseum. Skylar, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, partner. Thanks for asking. And I'm really excited for this matchup, especially since they've already matched up early in the season on January 3rd. Miami winning that game and Miami. And also, Tech's come off a couple of disappointing losses where they've almost come back against some really good opponents in Louisville and recently at Georgia Tech. So I think both teams come out with energy, but I see the Hokies coming out with a fire under there.
I definitely agree. I think the Hokies' last 5 games have finally hit their stride in ACC play. They're 3-2, but those 2 losses, like you said, Louisville and Georgia Tech almost mounting a major comeback to win those games. Louisville trailing by 20 points in the 3rd quarter and coming back to get it to 3 with under a minute left. Obviously, they did fall, but Asia Durr had 34 points in that game. That's really tough to match up with. And Miami has some players that are going to be tough to match up with as well. Amasa Hoff and Beatrice Mompremier down low. They're going to be tough for the Hokies.
Absolutely. Amasa Hoff earning ESPNW Player of the Week after that big upset against Louisville. She's been playing out of her mind, and along with Beatrice Mompremier, they've been scoring and rebounding the ball very well, combining for 28 double-doubles over their 23 of their 27 games this season.
And Mompremier and Hoff will both be tough, but Reagan McGarity down low for the Hokies starting. She's an equally solid center down there for the Hokies. She's averaging a double-double and leads the ACC in rebounds. And we're about ready to get underway here in Castle Coliseum as Beatrice Mompremier stands at center court ready to take the tip. The Hokies are going to send Trinity Baptiste to center court. And here we go, the Hokies, the Hurricanes, here from Castle Coliseum. We're underway, and the tip's going to go back to Hoff. She'll find her point guard, India Banks, back to Hoff. Then finds Laura Cornelius. Back to Banks at the top of the key. She loses it, gets it back along the sideline. Banks able to find Gray. Gray's going to go inside to Mompremier. High pass. She's going to loft it up, and good off the backboard. Mompremier starts off the scoring.
Yeah, great way to start off the game for Mompremier. Get her a quick basket down low.
Camp's going to bring it up and find Baptiste at the top of the key. Swings it back to Emery. Emery to Baptiste. Finds Shepard on the wing. McGarity from the wing is going to put up a 3. No good.
Ooh.
And able to save it is Baptiste, but she throws it right to Laura Cornelius, and she's going to go on the break. 5-on-4 on the wing. She's going to slow it down, get it inside to Hoff. Hoff backing down McGarity. Hook shot.
Good defense.
Good defense from McGarity there. Avoiding the foul, able to stop the shot. Still 2-0 Miami, just under 9 minutes left in the 1st quarter. Emery's going to bring it up. Toss it back to Shepard. On the wing, Asia Shepard finds Baptiste at the top of the key. She'll pull up the 3. Got it. Trinity Baptiste taking the lead for the Hokies here early.
And the Hokies are shooting 38% from 3, so look for them to keep putting it up behind the arc.
Cornelius will bring it up and find Banks on the wing. Wing's going to take the screen from Mompremier. Bring it back out, find Cornelius. Mompremier at the top of the key. She'll shoot.
Ooh.
No good. Off the iron. McGarity reeling in the rebound and finding Emery. Emery tossing back to Mabry. Fakes the 3, pulls up from the elbow.
Nice.
No
fake.
good.
Couldn't finish.
Hoff's going to get the rebound, and she will find Makia Gray. And Gray will find Banks on the wing. Back up top to Mompremier. Cornelius driving the baseline. She'll go with the reverse layup.
Ooh.
Up and good, and the foul.
Tough layup there by number 1, Cornelius. Nice reverse layup and 1.
And that will give Miami a 4-3 lead. They can make it 5-3 with the free throw here. Cornelius, originally from the Netherlands, a redshirt junior. She missed all of last year with an injury, coming back, and she's the captain of this team.
Yeah, and her teammate, Amasa Hoff, also from the Netherlands.
They actually played on the same team back in high school as she knocks down the free throw and makes it 5-3 Miami.
Big full-court trap here by Miami, but Tech keeps the ball.
Baptiste able to recover it and find Emery. Emery loses it, gets it back out to Shepard. Shepard, hard foul, and they're going to call a charge there.
Yeah, defender set her feet. She charged right into her. Turnover.
Banks drawing the foul. Shepard tried to drive the baseline, couldn't find any room, and is caught with the charge. Cornelius will bring it across the timeline. She'll find Banks on the wing. To Montpremier at the top of the key. Inside to Hoff. Good pass from Montpremier up. The foul. The basket is no good, but Hoff will go to the line.
Miami playing tough down low already. Tech needs to combat that and get the ball down in the post with McGarity and Baptiste.
Hoff will shoot 2 here. 68% from the line. First one is up. Off the back iron. No good. And as I was saying, Cornelius and Hoff played on the same team back in the Netherlands. Hoff owns the all-time records in rebounds and blocks for that team, and Cornelius owns the records for pretty much everything else, points, assists, and steals. She'll knock down the second, making it 6-3 Miami.
Miami playing this tough defense, almost gets the steal there.
Full court press here.
Oh,
they're going to get
do.
the steal. Cornelius will have an easy layup at the
layup.
other end, and she now has 5.
They're still
And
playing
Miami
this full court
leads
trap.
by 5. Miami being aggressive on defense. Baptiste is going to try and bring it up. She'll find McGarity. Able to get it to Shepard in the corner. 3
Wide
ball.
open.
No
Ooh.
good. Off the iron twice. Emery with the rebound. She'll put it up again. No good. McGarity with the rebound. Up again. No good, but this time the foul. McGarity will go to the line. And Reagan McGarity with the 3rd try for the Hokies on that possession gets the foul. Nobody able to put it in the hoop there.
Yeah, but both teams are playing with a lot of energy. Miami with that full court trap, and the Hokies with all those offensive rebounds on that play.
McGarity will knock down the first, a 74% free throw shooter on the year. She's also the school leader in double-doubles with 49. The next closest in Tech history is 26. She'll miss the second, and the rebound will go to India Banks. Banks tossing it back. And that's going to be Gray from the top of the key. No good on the 3 ball. McGarity pulls in the rebound, and she'll bring it up the far side of the court. McGarity handoff to Emery. Emery covered by Laura Cornelius at the top of the key. Looking inside for Shepard. A foul there
Ooh.
on India Banks. Pass
Shepard
was
hits the
going to
ground.
Shepard. That will be the first on Banks. Second team foul for Miami on the quarter. Just under 7 minutes left in this first quarter. Miami leading 8-4 as Emery will get the ball on the near side. Inside to Shepard. She's going to find Emery. From the
Emery
elbow,
with
she'll put it up. No good.
Nice step back there
And
by
a
Emery.
rebound there by Montpremier. Up ahead to Gray. Gray's going to try and drive inside against Shepard, and McGarity puts it up. No good. And the rebound there by Alexis Jean, who is entering the game here early. Mabry's going to find Emery on the wing. Driving. Pulling up from the free throw line. Got it. Taylor Emery scoring for the first time today, and now the Hokies are within 2. Cornelius will cross half court. Takes the screen from Montpremier. Inside to Hoff. Backing down Jean. Puts up the hook shot. Good.
Good post move there by Hoff, hitting her with a little fake on the inside and turns around and hits her with an outside hook shot.
Hoff with her first field goal of the game as Mabry pulls up from deep. No good.
Deep 3, almost landed on that one.
Cornelius will get the outlet, and she'll bring it up, slow it down, and reset the offense. Finding Hoff at the top of the key. Inside to Montpremier. Another easy layup for Miami, and they're just making it too easy for the Hurricanes right now. Back-to-back easy scores inside for the centers.
Yeah, they've got to know that the presence of this Miami team is down low. They've got to challenge them in the paint.
Maybe with a mismatch on Montpremier. Finds McGarity inside. She gets it to go. A layup for McGarity, and now the Hokies get it back to 4. 12-8 our score, ticking towards 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Cornelius inside to Hoff, backing down Jean, can't get it to go. Scrum for the ball. Montpremier comes away with it to the wing, to Gray, can't get anything to go there. Gray's going to have it on the wing, covered by Shepard. Pick from Montpremier. Gray inside, and it'll bounce around and in.
Tough layup goes down for Gray.
Micaiah Gray finding her first points of the game. And the full court press continuing here for Miami. A good move by Emery gets them into the front court. And Mabry from the corner, no good. McGarity with the offensive rebound gets it to go once again. Reagan McGarity now has 5.
McGarity looking to get her double-double right here in the first quarter. She's already got 5 points.
That would be her 50th double-double in her career here at Virginia Tech. Gray up top, going to find Cornelius on the wing, covered by Mabry. Driving the baseline, kicks it out. Has Banks. Banks will go inside. Montpremier is going to get the rebound on the Banks miss. Goes up, takes the foul, and the lay-in. An and one for Montpremier. And that will take us to the under 5 timeout. Miami leading 16-10. And like we expected, a good start here for the centers and forwards down low for Miami.
Yeah, absolutely. Montpremier and Hoff out there eating down low. Mies Hoff already has 4 rebounds. And Montpremier already has 6 points in the game. Could make it 7 after this timeout.
9 of the 16 points for Miami coming from Hoff and Montpremier. Cornelius with 5 as well, including the and one layup earlier for the Hokies. It's really been the Reagan McGarity show. She has half their points and 5 rebounds already.
Yeah, like I said, she's out here trying to get a double-double in the first quarter with her 5 points and 5 rebounds. We've got to look for someone else on the Virginia Tech side to step up in the paint and play some good defense and good offense down low.
And here in Castle Coliseum, we have the last 3 ACC Players of the Week. Reagan McGarity getting it 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, it was Beatrice Montpremier, and the last week, it was Amasa Hoff. So a lot of talent here in this conference, and they're all playing here at Castle Coliseum tonight.
Yeah, and that was a well-deserved award for Amasa Hoff. She scored a game-high 25 points in that upset against Louisville and scored the tie-breaking basket with under 90 seconds left to push Miami above number 2, then number 2, Louisville.
And Virginia Tech, the only change they've made to their starting lineup thus far is pulling out Trinity Baptiste and putting in Alexis Jean for Miami. They're sticking with the starters right now, but when you have so much talent in your starting lineup, you don't really have to go to the bench all that often.
Absolutely.
And right now, the Hokies out rebounding Miami 8-6, but 3 turnovers for the Hokies to a clean sheet for Miami. Have not turned the ball over here in the first 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and the Hokies aren't playing the same way that they usually do behind the arc, starting out this game 1 for 5.
And you'd have to think a lot of those turnovers for the Hokies have to do with that full court press from Miami. They've been very aggressive defensively, guarding the guards for Virginia Tech almost all the way up to the free throw line in the backcourt. So it's been very aggressive pressure for Miami thus far.
Yeah, and they've got some good coaching because they're able to mix up. They don't call the full court press on every play, but they know when to get back and play some heavy defense.
They definitely do have good coaching. Katie Meyer, the head coach for Miami, has taken Miami to the NCAA tournament 7 out of the last 8 years. They have certainly turned into one of the better programs in the country. And as we resume play here, Beatrice Montpremier will go to the line trying to get her 7th point of the game and push the Miami lead to 7 at 17-10. She will knock it down. The change here, Montpremier will come out in favor of number 25, Kayla Prather.
Yeah, with Montpremier going out, let's see if the Hokies can start dominating down low.
Emery will take the inbounds pass and look for Baptiste at midcourt.
Miami again with that full court pressure, but the Hokies get by it.
Baptiste going to go inside to McGarity. A foul on the floor there. That's on Prather. So entering the game and immediately getting her first foul. And also entering the game for Miami, Kelsey Marshall, the sophomore out of Davie, Florida. And for the Hokies, Baptiste re-entering, as well as Rachel Camp. As Emery can't get the shot off the inbounds to go, Camp able to pull in the rebound and reset the offense with a fresh 30. Emery's going to find Camp at the top of the key. Pump fake to Kendall Brooks.
Good ball movement here by the Hokies.
Emery tried to get inside. Instead, finds Camp. Camp goes inside. Can't get it to go. Scrum for the rebound. And that's going to be taken by India Banks. And she will outlet it to Micaiah Gray. Back to Banks on the wing. Guarded by Rachel Camp. Going to swing it all the way around to Marshall in the corner. Back to Gray at the top. She'll make a move. Pull up from the elbow. No good. And Camp will pull in the rebound and bring it up the near side. Moving fast here for the Hokies. Toss back to Kendall Brooks. Brooks will find Baptiste on the wing. She'll drive inside. Against Prather. Back out to Emery. Driving. 16 on the shot clock. Has time. Back out to Camp. Going to go inside, a foul, and that is going to be another charge on the Hokies.
Same place the first charge was placed. This Miami defense knows how to play, how to get the ball back to their offense.
This time Rachel Camp, the one called for the foul. Now Taylor Mason will enter the game. Micaiah Gray will take a break on the bench. Marshall will get it to Banks on the near side. Trapping now for the Hokies. And going to be a travel. So the Hokies showing some pressure. Brooks and Emery all over India Banks, and that forces a mistake there, a travel. And the Hokies will take over.
Yeah, they took a page right out of Miami's defense there with the trap.
17-10 Miami. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Emery driving.
Nice screen
here
by
against
McGarity.
Mason. Going to find Brooks on the wing. Back out to Emery. Inside to McGarity. She'll go up, and no good. Rebound there by Hoff. She'll get it to Mason, and she'll start the offense as she crosses the timeline. Here on the near side. She'll dribble over to the far side. Finding Banks on the wing. Banks will pull up from the free throw line. No good. And a good rebound there by Reagan McGarity.
Swallowing up those boards.
That's her 6th of the game. Brooks will get it in the corner. She'll pull up, and no good.
Gets
But
another
McGarity-
board there.
McGarity able to pull in the offensive rebound, now with 7. Her 3rd offensive rebound of the day. Camp will drive the baseline. Fakes, and she stepped out of bounds. So the Hokies, with another turnover there, Dara Mabry will re-enter the game for Rachel Camp. And the Hokies still trail by 7.
Yeah, the Hokies with 5 turnovers to Miami's only single turnover.
That was the travel when the Hokies began to trap. Cornelius re-entering the game. She'll find Mason on the wing. Back to Cornelius on the logo. Finds Hoff. Back to Cornelius. Good ball movement here for Miami. Mason inside. Kicks it to Cornelius in the corner. Got it. 3 ball from Laura Cornelius. And she is one of the best three-point shooters in Miami history. 4 of the 20 times a Miami player has made 6 threes in a game, it has been Laura Cornelius. And Taylor Emery will take it in the corner. She'll put up a 3 of her own. She'll answer. Taylor
Back to back.
Emery.
Tex matches a 3 there with Miami's.
So the 2 number 1s both putting up 3s there. And it's 20-13. Cornelius will take it at the top of the key.
Tex doing a good job of double teaming or even triple teaming Hoff when she gets the ball down low.
It's definitely much easier to do that when Beatrice Montpremier is out. Hoff backing down McGarity.
Look for the help.
And she tried to go up, it looks like. No, she was trying to pass it. It'll be a foul on the floor. And that will be the 5th foul on the Hokies.
Foul
And
on Baptiste.
Amasa Hoff will go to the line. That is the 2nd foul on Trinity Baptiste. Definitely not what you want to see if you're Kenny Brooks. Hoff at the line once again. She puts it up, and it is good. Her 4th point of the game there, and she stretches the Miami lead to 8. Asia Shepard and Alexis Jean will enter the game for Taylor Emery and Trinity Baptiste. Baptiste getting out of there with that 2nd foul as Hoff knocks down the 2nd. And Hoff will come out now for her first break of the game. Montpremier re-entering. And more full court pressure here for Miami as Mabry gets the inbound. Finds McGarity. Handoff back to Mabry. They're able to cross the timeline here. Mabry on the Carillion Clinic logo on the near side. Backing out. 15 on the shot clock. No movement here for the Hokies. Mabry just dribbling around at the top of the key. She's going to drive against Montpremier, and she's stuffed. It'll go out of bounds off of Miami, so the Hokies will retain possession. 7 seconds on the game clock, 5 on the shot clock. So the Hokies will have to shoot quickly here.
Mabry with all that dribbling around at the top of the key, making sure that this is the last shot of the quarter for the Hokies.
Into McGarity. She'll fade away, put it up, no good. And Shepard with the rebound puts it up. It's good, and that is the end of the quarter.
Nice
Asia
awareness.
Shepard.
Nice awareness there by Shepard to grab the offensive rebound and put it up quickly right before the buzzer.
McGarity getting the inbounds pass, a tough fadeaway hook shot. Shepard able to crash the boards and put it up just before the buzzer to cut the Miami lead to 7. As we head to the second quarter, the Hurricanes leading 22-15. We'll be back after this for the second quarter. Welcome back to Casa Coliseum. I'm Jake Lyman once again alongside Skylar Adkins, and we are about ready to get going here in the second quarter as Miami leads 22-15, and that 7-point difference can be attributed to Beatrice Montpremier. 7 points already for the star center for Miami.
Absolutely. And Laura Cornelius is actually leading the team with 8. She had a big bucket 3 earlier in the first quarter.
Cornelius did have the corner 3 and an and 1. She has been big at the point guard position for Miami. Missed all of last season with a left leg injury, and this is her second year as captain for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, and on the other side, Reagan McGarity is dominating with 7 rebounds and 5 points.
And Rachel Camp will take the inbounds to start the second quarter. She'll find Asia Shepard on the wing. Back to Jean at the top of the key, Emery on the wing. Pick from Jean. Emery's going to drive inside. Back out to Camp. Camp to Shepard on the wing. Screen from McGarity. 10 on the shot clock. Shepard to Jean on the wing. Back to Emery at the top of the key. 5 on the shot clock. Inside. Back out. Camp driving.
Taken
1 on the
down.
shot clock and a travel. So just before they were going to have a turnover for a shot clock violation, Rachel Camp gives it away on a traveling violation, and Miami will take over with 9:31 left in the second.
Yeah, and all these Hokie turnovers are pretty much attributed to this stifling Miami defense.
Definitely has been very aggressive and smothering thus far. And that will be Mortensen from 3, no good. It'll go out of bounds, and Miami will keep possession. It'll stay on the near side. Oh, excuse me there. Never mind, it is Miami's. A little bit of a confusion there, ref pointing the other way. No-look pass from Cornelius on the inbounds. 3-ball, and that's good. Kelsey Marshall.
Nothing but net for Marshall on that bucket.
Marshall's first field goal of the game, and that's a big one. Gonna put the Hurricanes up 10. Camp will have it on the wing. Hand off to Shepard. Moving to the far side. Jean from the wing, no good. Can't answer with her own 3, and Montpremier will take in the board. Cornelius streaking up the near side. Going to find Mason on the wing. Inside to Montpremier. She's got it once again. That is 9 for Beatrice Montpremier, and she's proving why she's one of the best centers in the country.
Yeah, she's just getting really good position down there low. Knows what spot she wants to be at to make the bucket.
Shepard's going to pull up from the top of the key. Got it! Asia Shepard coming up clutch for the Hokies thus far. The big basket to end the first quarter, and there, a crucial 3 to get the Hokies back to single digits.
Yeah, nice step back there by Shepard to hit the 3.
Cornelius pump faked her own 3 from the top of the key. Instead going to find Mason. She'll drive. No good. Montpremier with the offensive board. Goes up again. No good. And Emery able to get the rebound, and a foul is called.
Nice hustle there by Emery to go grab the board. And then 2 defenders come over. She draws the foul.
And it's tough to stop Montpremier when she gets down there, especially after an offensive board. Looked like she was all alone. Good defensive play there by Reagan McGarity to stop it from happening, and it would have been her 9th point. Excuse me. Actually, her 11th point for Beatrice Montpremier. Mabry will re-enter the game. She'll take it. Hand off to Emery. Back to Mabry. Finding Shepard at the top of the key. Inside to McGarity. Backing down, Beatrice Montpremier. Goes up. It's partially blocked, it looked like. Montpremier is going to get the rebound as well. And she'll bring it up and then slow it down, get it to her point guard, Makia Gray. Gray at the top of the key. She's going to dribble around near midcourt, going to find Montpremier. She's going to drive, put it up. No good. Gets it back and puts it in. The second attempt for Montpremier. Kenny Brooks wanted a foul, a charge there for Montpremier, but instead she finishes and she's in double digits.
Yeah, and to go along with 8 rebounds. She's feasting down low.
Mabry's going to try and get a pass inside. Can't get it, and it'll go out of bounds. Intended there for Aaron Brooks.
Yeah, it looks like Mabry's pass there was tipped by a Miami defender before number 34 touched it before it went out of bounds.
So Taylor Mason will bring it up and find Gray on the wing. Gray back to Mason. Finds Gray on the wing. Little 2-man game here for Miami. 11 on the shot clock. Going to get it inside to Montpremier. She'll drive against McGarity. Goes up, finishes, no. Looked good from here, but instead she's going to miss it, and it is going to go out of bounds on Miami.
Yeah, Taylor Mason and Emery fighting down for the board after the Montpremier miss.
And
stays here with Miami.
It does stay here with Miami. My apologies.
Shot clock here at 3. They got to get it up quick after this inbounds pass.
It's going to be Banks inbounding to Gray. 2 seconds. She'll pull up from a deep 3-point range, air ball, and that'll be a shot clock violation.
Yeah, it looks like the Miami offense didn't know that there wasn't much time left on the clock there, passing it out.
McGarity will get it to Mabry on the inbounds. 6.5 minutes left here in the half. Miami leading by 11. Emery will bring it around the top of the key.
A lot of good movement for these Hokies.
Will back it out inside to Trinity Baptiste. Baptiste to McGarity. Mid-range jumper, no good off the back iron, and the Hurricanes will control it. Gonna get it up to Gray. Gray will pull up, no good, and McGarity with another rebound there. Reagan McGarity cleaning the glass here for the Hokies early. There's going to be a foul here on Miami. Kelsey Marshall getting the foul. That's her second on Miami here in the quarter. And Amasa Hoff will re-enter the game. Took an extended break there as Mabry will have it at the top of the key. She'll get it to McGarity on the wing. Back to Brooks, who just entered the game. Mabry will try and drive. Hand off to Brooks. Brooks from inside the arc. No good off the front iron. Rebound from Baptiste. Back out to Mabry. 3-ball, good. And you had to know that Dara Mabry was going to knock one down at some point. A big 3 there. Gets the Hokies back to 8. Marshall in the corner. And they'll reset with Gray at the top of the key. Gray will find Marshall on the wing, inside to Hoff. Hoff with 3 defenders around her. She'll go up and get fouled. Amasa Hoff had 3 Hokie defenders surrounding her on all sides. Still went up and able to draw the foul.
Yeah, they've been playing a lot. Not just double team, but they are triple teaming Hoff down low. And Miami's doing kind of a smart thing, it looks like, especially with both teams being able to dominate. I mean, Miami being able to dominate down low by switching out Hoff for Montpellier, not to have them both out on the court because they both like to get down in the post.
Hoff knocks down her 4th free throw of the game, 4 of 5 at the line. She'll have one more here to try and get the Miami lead back to double digits. And that one will go. 31-21 our score, just over 5 minutes left in this first half. As Emery will bring it up and drive. Gets it back out to Mabry. Running along the top of the key to McGarity in the corner. No, short. Looking for the 3-ball there, and now Miami in transition. Cornelius looked like she wanted to take the 3, instead gets it into Hoff. Back out to Marshall, and she'll pull up from 3, no good. And Prather went for the rebound, unable to get it. It goes out of bounds, and the ref is going to give it to the Hurricanes, and that will take us to the under 5 timeout. The crowd here did not like that call.
Yeah, crowd did not like what they saw on that play with the ball staying with Miami.
Looked like Prather had position, but it's possible a Hokie hand got in there and knocked it out of bounds. And we actually saw something pretty rare just a couple of minutes ago. Kendall Brooks shooting from inside the 3-point line. Only 10 times before today has that happened on 128 total shots. So she is now 1 of 11 from inside the 3-point line on the year.
Wow, that is a fun fact that I did not know. And on the other side of that, Mabry with a 3 earlier. She's shooting at a high clip of 47% on the year, leading the ACC. And that's not usual for a true freshman. Usually they have jitters coming out in their first year, but she just knows what she's got to do out there, and she does it. And
I think maybe the motivation to be so good from 3 has something to do with the fact that her sister, a senior at Notre Dame, is just behind her, about 0.4% behind Dara Mabry right now in 3-point shooting to lead the ACC. So maybe a little bit of a sibling rivalry there going on with Dara and Marina.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there, partner. Sibling rivalry. And it looks like Dana just wants it more.
Dara Mabry, the freshman from Belmar, New Jersey. Her other sister as well, her oldest sister, also went to Notre Dame. So Dara Mabry blazing her own path here in Blacksburg with the Hokies. And for Miami right now, it has been Beatrice Mompremier with 11 points and 8 rebounds. She's going to get that double-double, maybe even before the half.
Absolutely their partner. And Amise Hoff's got 7 points behind her. She doesn't have the same amount of rebounds as Montpellier, but Montpellier is fighting for position both on the offensive and defensive boards.
And we can't forget about Laura Cornelius, 8 points with the 3-ball and the and 1 earlier in the game. She also has a steal and 2 assists, a good game for the guard from the Netherlands. We're about ready to get started up again here. 4:55 remaining in this second quarter. Miami leading 31-21. And when we restart, the Hokies will have most of their starting 5 on the floor. McGarity, Mabry, Emery, and Baptiste. The only change is that Shepard will be replaced by Kendall Brooks, the eldest daughter of Coach Kenny Brooks.
Yeah, and look for the Hokies. One of the Hokies to step up. We've got 3 leading scorers with 5 points in Emery, McGarity, and Shepard. look for Emery to maybe make some moves, cut to the basket, or get it down low to McGarity.
Cornelius will inbound it out to Banks. Finds Cornelius back in the quarter. A good play by Trinity Baptiste to knock it away, trying to get it inside to Hoff. She forces the turnover. Emery will push it now into the lane. Back out. Kendall Brooks. 3-ball. No good. Short. And Hoff fighting for the rebound will get it to Cornelius. Now pushing it up to Kelsey Marshall. Marshall will try and get it to go. Can't. McGarity pulling in the rebound. Outlet up to Emery on the near side.
McGarity, a force, grabbing her 9th rebound. And on that play against Hoff, Baptiste just knows what to do, knows not to let her get position or get the ball.
Mabry puts up a 3. It's good once again. Dara Mabry, now 2 of 4 from deep, and she's got 6. That gets the Hokies back within 7. As Kelsey Marshall will take it to the top of the key. Finds Hoff on the wing. Banks now. Inside to Hoff. Knocked away, and a great play by Taylor Emery to save it. She'll find McGarity. Now they'll push it. Kendall Brooks in the corner. Back out to Baptiste. Driving inside against Prather. Goes up, and the foul.
Good cut.
Good on the layup.
Good cut to the basket there by Baptiste. Miami defender had nothing to do other than foul her on that play, sending her to the line for 2.
Great sequence there for the Hokies. Taylor Emery able to knock the ball away and save it from going out of bounds. And McGarity pushed it up the floor, finding Kendall Brooks. And then Trinity Baptiste did the rest. Baptiste unable to knock down the first on the year. She is an 85% free throw shooter, so not common for her to miss. Asia Shepard will re-enter the game for the Hokies, and Beatrice Montpremier will come in for the Hurricanes.
First time that the 2 big forwards and centers in Hoff and Montpierre on the floor at the same time since the start of this game.
It's true, they have been alternating for most of this first half. Now on the floor at the same time, going to be a problem for the Hokies.
Hokies come with that full court trap, half court trap there. Miami's able to move it past the line.
Mason will have it on the wing. She finds Cornelius at the top of the key. Inside to Hoff, and a jump ball. Reagan McGarity jumping the pass, able to get her hands on it, and it'll be a jump ball. That will go to Miami, but a great play by the senior.
Absolutely. It looks like Coach Kenny Brooks is trying to tell his tall interior presence what to do there, not even let Montpierre or Hoff get the ball in the paint, just knock it away from them. And good defensive plays there by Baptiste and McGarity.
High inbounds pass to Hoff, gets it back to Montpremier, and it's just too easy for her right now.
Yeah, she was matched up there on Shepard, a smaller defender. Just took it right up.
Shepard's going to have it on the wing, swings it over to Baptiste, now to Emery in the corner. She'll drive, back out, finds Shepard. She'll pull up from 3, no good. A little bit too much on that one, and the rebound from Taylor Mason. She'll push it into the lane, now kicking it back out for Banks. Banks driving the baseline, and scrum for the ball. Looked like she lost it.
Still scrumming down there. Hokies end up with the ball. Shepard pushing it.
There are about 4 players on the floor there fighting for the ball. Asia Shepard coming away with it. Now Baptiste will drive from the top of the key. Back out to Emery. Mid-ranger, no good. And McGarity tried to get something and maybe get the ball back in there, but instead knocking it out of bounds, and Miami will take over.
Yeah, and you can hear the crowd. They're kind of frustrated with that call, the second one of the game where Miami keeps the ball, and the crowd doesn't think that's the right call there by the refs.
Miami leading 33-25. 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half. More pressure from the Hokies here. As Banks will have it on the wing, back to Cornelius. They're swinging it around the outside. Cornelius to Banks at the top of the key. Looking inside for Hoff, can't find her. Instead is going to look for Mason on the wing. Now inside to Hoff. She'll back down Aaron Brooks, and she'll miss. No, she gets it to go.
Yeah, another bucket there by Hoff, bringing her point total up to 9.
Now the Hurricanes lead by 10 as Shepard pulls up from the free throw line. No good. McGarity with the offensive board and a fresh 30 for the Hokies.
That gives McGarity her 10th rebound of the game already in this first half.
Mabry's going to drive the baseline, kick it out to McGarity. Back to Shepard on the wing. 3 ball, good.
Good ball movement there by the Hokies. McGarity had the open corner 3, but probably knew that Shepard had a higher chance of hitting it.
Asia Shepard shooting 35% from deep this year. She holds the record for most threes by a freshman that she set last year, breaking her teammate Kendall Brooks' record she set a few years back.
And Hokies, with that half-court trap, forced Miami into a very dangerous pass, but they're able to keep it.
3 on the shot clock here for Miami. No good from Hoff down low. McGarity will pull in the board, and she will bring it back across the timeline. Going to find Mabry. Now inside to Emery. She'll pull up from the free throw line. No good. In and out. Hoff will pull in the board. Finds Cornelius on the far side. 50 seconds remaining here in this first half. The Hurricanes leading by 7.
Yeah, and even though these Hokies are only shooting 30% from the field, they've got to stay confident knowing that they can put the ball in the basket.
9 on the shot clock now. Miami working deep in the shot clock on the last 2 possessions as Hoff will shoot from the elbow. No good off the back iron. And it's going to get knocked around, and this time out of bounds, and the Hokies will take possession.
Yeah, Montpierre down there fighting with 3 Hokies for that offensive board and ends up knocking it out of the bounds to turn the ball over to the Hokies.
Montpierre with 8 rebounds, 4 of those on the offensive glass. She's very close to that double-double with 13 points. And McGarity, she had the points. She would have a double-double, 11 rebounds already in the first half.
Yeah, only to go along with 5 points. Let's see if she can get position in the post against Montpierre and score.
Micaiah Banks re-entering here for the Hurricanes, and Emery will hold it at the top of the key looking for the last shot. Shot clock is dead. 10 seconds. She'll pull up. Got it from deep. Taylor Emery able to knock it down. And now 3 seconds. They're going to bring it up. It's going to be Mason. She'll pull up from the free throw line. No good. And the Hokies, with a good run there at the end of the half, are going to bring it to halftime with only a 4-point deficit. Miami leading 35-31. And Virginia Tech has shot well from 3 in the second half. Now Emery with 8, Shepard with 8, both with 2 threes on the day.
Yeah, Hokies shooting 43% from 3. And even though Emery had a couple of her shots go short or in and out of the basket, she still played with confidence, pulling up from the top of the key to hit that 3 to send us to halftime.
And we're going to take a break here. When we come back, Riley Wyatt will rejoin Skylar Adkins for the halftime show. We'll be back with that and the second half in a few minutes.
Welcome back to 3304 Sports. It is halftime here as the Virginia Tech Hokies are taking on the number 14 Miami Hurricanes, and Miami is at 35 points while Virginia Tech is just right behind them at 31. Now, the Hokies were able to close in on Miami's double-digit lead right at the last couple of minutes there. Now, Skylar, I'm joined by Skylar here, of course.
Absolutely. Hi, Riley.
What impressed you the most about this Miami team right off the bat?
Well, right off the bat, it's what we talked about in the pregame. It's what we've been talking about during this game. It's the interior presence of Patrice Montpierre and Amisa Hoff. They have been feasting down low, especially Montpierre. Montpierre has been able to pull in about game high. She has a game high 13 points, and she's also been able to pull in those 8 rebounds in the first half, closing in quickly on a double-double.
Yeah, I really think Montpierre, her height just gives her that advantage in the paint to make those shots. And on the other end, she just plays good defense. It's just too easy for her. I saw Dara Mabry go up for a shot, and she just had no shot against that height and that athletic ability that she has. And honestly, what surprised me was I thought that Amisa Hoff was going to really dominate right off the bat, but honestly, I think Laura Cornelius was the main catalyst and got the energy going for that Miami offense. She really was getting the ball movement, really just taking lead there. So that impressed me, but of course, Amisa Hoff has been also electric on the court as well. So really, this Miami team is no joke. Obviously, we can see why they were able to pull off wins from number 2 Louisville and number 4 Notre Dame. So
absolutely, they're very coached up on the side with Katie Mira.
Yeah, Katie Meyer.
Katie Meyer. She's got her 350th victory, and she's just coaching it up. She, along with probably just Montpierre's general basketball knowledge, she just knows how to get position both on the offensive and defensive side.
Now, what do you think the Hokies need to do to get the momentum going and just continue to close in on this Miami lead?
Well, they started to show it a little there in the second quarter after being down 7 after the first quarter and then eventually being down double digits. The team fought back to cut the deficit to 4. I think the main thing that we need to see out these Hokies is someone to step up. I mean, everyone's playing a good game. Asia Shepherd, Mabry, and Emery all have 6 points. I just need to see one of them push it a little bit more, take the ball into their own hands, whether it be Emery using her point guard skills to move around, Mabry with her lethal shooting stroke from behind the arc, or McGarity possibly feasting down low with Montpierre.
Well, really, I think McGarity, 7 rebounds, or actually 7 defensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. That's 11 total rebounds for McGarity. She has really just come in clutch with that. Not as much scoring, but, that's where we're going to have to see Asia Shepherd, Taylor Emery, pick up the slack. And so I think that's going to be top of mind for Kenny Brooks right now. They got the confidence and the grit in those last couple of minutes, and I think we're just going to have to see that heightened up a bit more from them. But, yes, you're right about the fact that Miami has really dominated in the paint. And VT Tech has been trying to make shots where they can, but just not all there. Some things were thrown away in the beginning of the game, which is fine. They can come back from it, but all I have to say, Skylar, is at least no one has blown out a shoe in the first minute of the game.
Absolutely. For those that don't know, Zion Williamson, projected #1 pick of the NBA draft, blew out his shoe. If you haven't seen it, I'd go look it up. It's kind of impeccable. The man's just he's like a train out there. I mean, he just makes one cut with his foot, and the name brand shoe cannot handle his power.
Oh, poor Nike. Well, that was the story of last night if you want to check that out, if you haven't heard about the whole Zion deal. But we're going to be right back. It is the halftime show here at Miami Tech. We'll be right back. and welcome back to your halftime coverage for 3304 Sports. I'm Riley Wine, joined again by Skylar Adkins here in Castle Coliseum, where the Miami Hurricanes are leading the Virginia Tech Hokies 35-31. Now, we were just about to go over some scores all around the ACC. Now, a matchup that's going on right now that is just blowing us away is Notre Dame. Number 5 Notre Dame is beating Duke 52-25. Now, actually, we've got Dara Mabry, her sister Marina Mabry, is a nice little basketball player on the Fighting Irish. So she actually has put up 2 points and 6 assists. So
Also
shout out to the sisterhood.
Absolutely. She also has 4 steals on the game. So she's out there playing hot on the defensive end.
We also have Kentucky and South Carolina. Now, the University of Kentucky is ranked 16. South Carolina is 13, and currently Kentucky's in the lead, 30-24. We've also got Wake Forest, NC State. NC State is leading 47-20, and Pitt, Syracuse. Syracuse is leading Pitt 51-26. And last but not least, Louisville, now number 4, is leading UVA, or is actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my mistake. UVA is leading UVA is leading the Louisville Cardinals 28-25. So that's going to be interesting to look out for because Louisville has really been explosive. Obviously, we've discussed how the Miami Hurricanes upset them earlier this week, so that's going to be an interesting matchup.
Absolutely. The Louisville Cardinals, yeah, like you said, down 3, 28-25 to the UVA Cavaliers. It looks like something's going up with that Louisville Cardinals team. They're slipping a little bit. Especially being down right now, losing that game to Miami, and almost taking a loss to these Virginia Tech Hokies here in Castle Coliseum after being up 20. Their lead was cut down to 3 in the final minute. They ended up winning that game, but I don't know what is up with Louisville, but hopefully they can pull out this win and get back onto their winning track.
Well, you got to give credit to Miami. I mean, if you look at this series history, like I've said, 15 straight wins for Miami against the Hokies. That's really something to be proud of. But the Hokies are going to want to really get their momentum back. They have managed to close in on this double-digit lead all the way down to just 4 points. If they just get off right off the bat and start, really being accurate and put in the effort to get those shots up, both in the paint and outside the key, I mean, they're going to have to really get that going to be successful. And I'm sure Kenny Brooks was talking to them in the locker room trying to get them pumped up because this is a very confident Miami team. I mean, Montpremier is absolutely electric on the court with 13 total points already. And I was just saying her height and athletic ability, I've been very, very impressed by her. As well as Laura Cornelius.
Absolutely. Montpremier's strength and height, along with her basketball knowledge, has just gotten her to be able to feast this whole game with 13 points and 8 rebounds.
Yeah, so like I said, Hokies going to need to be more aggressive, more dynamic. They definitely have their work cut out for them in this second half, but it is not over yet. There's still a whole nother half to be played. But we're going to actually go back to you and Jake Lyman, our play-by-play. They are on call for the second half. And stay tuned because this is a very interesting matchup. I really thought Miami had Tech there for a second, and they've been able to come back. So
yeah, both teams playing with a lot of intensity. Look for both teams to just keep making changes, keep making coaching adjustments throughout the whole game to get either of these teams a win.
All right, for 3304 Sports, stay tuned.
Thanks, Riley. Hello and welcome back to the 3304 sports broadcast here in Castle Coliseum, where the Hokies play host to the Miami Hurricanes. Hurricanes leading 35-31 after the first half. We're leading by double digits, but Hokies able to cut the lead for Miami down to 4. I'm joined here, Skylar Atkins here with Jake Lyman. Partner, what have you seen out of Miami?
They've just been trying to dominate down low with Hoff and Montpremier, and it's worked at some points, but the Hokies have really keyed on them when they can, when both of them aren't on the floor at the same time.
Shepard out here with Emery and Baptiste for the start, along with Mabry. Baptiste goes up, grabs her own board, and gets fouled.
Trinity Baptiste has proven that she's very aggressive on the board. She hasn't put up the rebound numbers that Reagan McGarity has, but she's made some great plays, being aggressive and grabbing the loose balls.
Baptiste at the line for her first free throw out of 2. Puts it up, and it's off the right rim. Misses her first shot. She's back at the line for her second. Shooting 85% at the free throw line. She's missed 2. She puts up her second, and she makes it.
Yeah, definitely not common to see Trinity Baptiste miss 2 free throws in the same game, but here we are.
Hokies cut that lead down to 3, and they put on the half-court trap, trying to play some good defense like Miami was doing in the first half. Give the ball to Cornelius. She pushes it off to Banks. Banks drives in back to Cornelius. She looks for Hoff down low. Hoff immediately gets it back out for the corner 3, and it's good. McKee Gray for the 3 to push the lead back up to 6. Hokies push it up. Shepard with the ball on the wing. She looks to get it down low to McGarity, but Hoff's cutting off that position. Marbury around the baseline. Pushes it out to Baptiste at the top of the key with the wing 3. Ooh, in and out off the back rim. Gray with the rebound. She pushes it off to Cornelius. Cornelius with the pump fake. Push it into Montpremier. Montpremier puts it up, and it's no good. Baptiste with the rebound. Hokies looking to push. Emery wants the ball. She gets it. Emery driving. Pass it off to Mabry. Mabry off to Baptiste. Baptiste gives it a little screen and give to Shepard. Refs call a travel there on Shepard. Turnover Hokies. Miami ball.
Looks like both teams trying to play faster here in this second half. Moving up and down the floor pretty quickly and trying to get some scores in transition.
Banks with the inbound to Cornelius. Cornelius pushes off to Gray. Back to Banks, back to Cornelius. A lot of ball movement here. All around the top of the key. Just under 8:30 to go in this third quarter. Gray's got the ball. She shoots a 3 from the top of the key, and she's fouled in 1. She looks to make it a 4-point play on this. Looks to make a 4-point play here with the free throw coming up. Gray hits a tough 3 with a hand right on her.
Yeah, Makia Gray now has 8 points on the day. Can make it 9 here and stretch the Miami lead back to double digits.
Ooh, and it in and out on the free throw, leaving the lead at 9 for Miami. McGarity with the rebound, pushes it off to Emery. Emery gets a screen from McGarity. She gives it off to Baptiste. Baptiste gets a held ball, gives it off to Shepard. Shepard gives it back to Baptiste. McGarity in the post, tries to put it off on Hoff. Hoff with the strong defense. Cornelius with the rebound. She is pushing it, giving this Miami team a lot of energy. She goes up for a Euro step and gets blocked there. Emery with the rebound. She's looking to score. Loses the ball, but it goes right to McGarity. McGarity pushes it off to Mabry for the 3, corner 3. Good! Mabry with her third 3 of the game. Pushing this lead only to 6 for the Miami Hurricanes. Cornelius with the ball. Pushes it off to Banks on the wing. She gets a screen from Hoff. They give it off in the corner. Hoff's got it. Gives it back. Montpierre's got it now. She drives. She got an open court, open lane, but she misses the free throw, but she's fouled. Fouled there by Baptiste, giving Baptiste her 3rd personal foul of the game.
Definitely not good for Kenny Brooks' squad there. Trinity Baptiste probably going to have to leave the game for a little bit here to avoid getting that 4th foul.
Yeah, she's playing with a lot of energy, but just putting her hands in all the wrong places. Montpremier at the line for 3. The crowd making a lot of noise. And she misses it Right off the back iron, back at her.
Yeah, Montpelier, a 55% free throw shooter, not the best from the line.
She's at the line for a second. 7:19 to play, and ooh, right off the front rim on that one. Baptiste with the rebound, pushing it up. Looking to score on Montpelier. Montpelier blocks her, but in the action of blocking, she fouls her. Hoff wondering why there wasn't a travel called, running next to the ref. That's Montpelier's second personal foul of the game, sending Trinity Baptiste to the line here.
Already shot 4 free throws on the night as Baptiste, 85% from the line, as we've said.
Makes her first, giving Tech 36 points. Miami with 41 with 7:12 here to go in the game. Baptiste at the line for her second. She puts it up, and it's good. Pushes that lead down to 4 for the Hurricanes. Banks looking to inbound. Hokies showing that full court pressure here. Inbounds it off to Gray. Gray pushing it up. Hoff's got the ball. She throws it off the backboard on accident, trying to get a pass into Emery. Shepard gets the rebound, and she's fouled there. Fouled by number 21, Amisa Hoff. Giving Miami their second team foul of this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes having someone that tall like Beatrice Montpremier can go against you, as Hoff tried to get it down low to Montpremier and instead hit the rim.
McGarity inbounds it to Emery. Emery driving, gives it off to Marbury. Marbury makes a move to the basket, driving baseline. Nice little dish off to McGarity, but you can't finish. Montpierre with the board, pushing it off to Banks. India Banks with the ball, pushes it out deep to Cornelius. Laura Cornelius at the top of the key, deep near the logo, gives it off to Montpierre, who tries to push it inside to Hoff, and McGarity just gets her hand in there perfectly.
Yeah, gotta be a jump ball.
Possession stays with the Hurricanes here. 16 on the shot clock, just under 6:30 to go in this quarter.
And with the way the ball has gotten loose, having that possession arrow can be big for the Hokies. A lot of scrums on the floor trying to pick up the loose ball tonight.
Absolutely, 2 jump balls in this game, both of them going to Miami. Gray's got the ball. 8 on the shot clock kicking down. She gives it to Hoff to Montpremier, but it's tipped by the Hokies. And Shepard comes up with the ball. Ooh, dishes it off. Emery couldn't handle it, but luckily Mabry's right there to corral the pass. Dishes it off to McGarity. McGarity back to Mabry. Mabry driving. Baseline again. Tries to get it off to McGarity. Ball on the floor, stolen by Cornelius. She's pushing up the timeline. Got Banks. Banks travels on the play. Turnover, Miami.
Yeah, just tried to start a little too fast there. Got her feet moving before she dribbled, and costly turnover there for Miami, because it's only a 4-point game, and the Hokies going to have a chance to get it to a 1-possession game here.
Absolutely, partner. Emery with the ball across the timeline, taking her time. Makes a little move there. Gets the screen from McGarity. Pushes it inside to McGarity on the pick and roll. She puts it up, and it's good. Nice pick and roll. Nice 2-player game there by Emery and McGarity.
McGarity having another great game, and a big reason why they're within 2 now.
Hokies with that half-court pressure almost get the steal. Miami retains the ball. Gray with the ball, pushes it off to Banks. Banks to Hoff to Cornelius. Back to Gray at the top of the key. She moves over to the wing, looking to get a pass in to Banks. Banks gets the screen by Montpierre, drives at the basket. Tough contest by McGarity. McGarity grabs the rebound, but it's a foul on the floor against the Hokies there, almost as the shot clock was expiring.
Yeah, Amasa Hoff went up to try and get the rebound. Looked like she was undercut there by one of the Hokies. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on Virginia Tech here in the quarter.
Shot clock resets with that foul to 30. 5:03 left in the 3rd quarter. Kendall Brooks checks in for the Hokies, checks in for Shepard. Asia Shepard's out of the game. Having a nice game, leading the Hokies with 8 points. Miami inbounds it to Montpierre. Montpierre kicks it out for a 3. and she misses it. Foul on the floor against. Foul against Montpelier. Loose ball foul. We're going here to a timeout on the court. Team's playing really well. The Hokies have cut this lead for the Hurricanes only down to 2 here. Who's stepping up in this second half, partner?
Right now, Reagan McGarity has really stepped up. She's got 7 points, but 12 rebounds already, just 5 minutes into this third quarter. And Dara Mabry, you can't really talk about this game without talking about her. 3 of 5 from deep, started 0 of 2, now has made 3 in a row, has 9 points. Her shooting from beyond the arc has really been big for this Hokies team.
Absolutely, she's a sharp shooter. Both teams, Hokies turned the ball over in that first half real early. Now Miami's been turning it over here in the third quarter. Miami with 7 turnovers to the Hokies 8.
Yeah, the Hokies were giving it away early in the game. They've been a little bit more careful with the ball lately, and Miami has seemed to let it go. And something we have to focus on here, Beatrice Montpremier just getting tagged with her 3rd foul. So now the Hokies and the Hurricanes both have a player with 3 fouls, and both some of their forwards down low. Trinity Baptiste for the Hokies has 3. So could be big late in the game if one of those two is able to get or is given their 5th foul.
Absolutely. You don't want to see either of those players go out for either team. Both of them bring a lot of strength and energy, especially in the paint. Luckily for Miami, though, if Montpelier goes out, they do have Hoff, another big player down low. But the way that Montpelier's been playing in this game, you don't want to see her leave.
Well, it's big for Miami to have Montpelier and Hoff on the court at the same time, because when only one of them is on the court, the Hokies can just focus on them and shut them down. When both are on the court, the Hokies just don't have the size and the personnel to stop them.
Absolutely. They've been, when only one's on the court, they've done a good job of double, even triple teaming them to get them off of their position and make sure that they don't get the ball where they want it, because they know if they do, they can just go up and score with all that strength and height.
And it looks like Montpelier is going to take a seat on the bench, trying to avoid the 4th foul as we come out of this media timeout.
Yeah, Miami going to the bench here, leaving the only starter it looks like is out there is Gray. She's got her teammates checking in for her, though. Couple people off the bench.
Yeah, Taylor Mason, Kelsey Marshall, and Kayla Prather coming off the bench here. Hoff still on the floor for the Hurricanes.
Hokies also going to their bench. Just 2, though. Kendall Brooks checking in along with number 34.
That's Aaron Brooks, but there's no relation.
Yeah, a couple of Brooks sisters, but not that one.
There is a Brooks sister on the Hokies, Chloe Brooks, but she is redshirting this year as a freshman.
Hokies have the ball. Emery gets a double screen by Brooks and McGarity. Emery pushes off to Marbury. Marbury dribbling around the top of the key. She's got Gray all over. Gives it to Emery. Shot clock going down. She puts up the shot, and she's fouled by number 13, Mason. Mason fouls her on the jump shot. Emery's going to the line for 2 there. 4:35 left in this game. Emery looks to tie this game up with her 2 free throws.
And Taylor Emery quietly having a great game, and that seems like what she's done all year. Leads the team in scoring, but doesn't get the hype that Dara Mabry or Reagan McGarity might get. But she has 8 points, now 9, and is 2 of 2 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, hits her first free throw there. Pushes. Now the score of the game is Hurricanes 41, Hokies 40. And Emery ties the game up there at 41 with 4:35 left to play in this third quarter. You can hear the crowd coming alive as they play this full court press. Gray's with the ball. Mabry all over. Gives it off to Mason. Gives it back to Gray. Gray's got the ball at the top of the key. She's dribbling around. Dishes it down low, and it's another jump ball. McGarity just has her hands in the right places, know where the ball is, and grabs it. 4:11 on this game. McGarity with the jump ball. Possession arrow to the Hokies.
McGarity just looks like a cornerback out there, playing against a wide receiver, jumping these passes and able to get hands in there. And like we said earlier, that possession arrow could have a big factor on this game, and there it gives the Hokies the ball.
Mabry pushes it off to Brooks. Kendall Brooks. Emery's got the ball, dishes it off to 34 Brooks. Emery's got the ball at the top of the key, gives it off to Mabry. Gray's all over her, but she makes a move and drives at the basket, but Hoff with that height blocks her from behind. Possession stays with the Hokies, but 2 left on the shot clock. 3:42 left in the game.
This would be a big basket for the Hokies here. Can take the lead, but are going to have to get it off quick, like you said.
Gives it off to McGarity. McGarity puts it up, and it's short off the rim. Gray with the rebound pushes it up for Miami across the timeline. Ooh, passes it off to number 20, Marshall. Marshall back off to Greg. Gray looks to set a play for Miami, dribbling up near the logo. Gets a screen from Hoff, makes a move back. Gives it off to Prather. Prather pushes it in, and Mason gives it back to Gray. Gray shoots a 3, and she makes it. Shot clock running down. She drills the 3 to push the lead up, to 3 for the Hurricanes. Ooh, Emery gives it off to Brooks, and number 20, Marshall, had great defense, knocked the ball loose, but Mabry's has it now near the logo. Looking for a screen from Aaron Brooks. She makes a move, trying to drive at the basket, a little stutter steps, loses the ball out of bounds. Possession over to Miami after Hoff tips that ball away from Mabry.
And Makia Gray able to put the 3 in on the last possession. She has had a great day. 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, and now she is in double digits with 11 points. That's good for second on the team thus far.
They've inbounded into Cornelius. Cornelius checks back into the game. She gives it off to Mason. Mason back to Cornelius. Gray into the corner. Mason's got the ball at the wing. She's dribbling around to the top of the key. She gives it off to Gray. Gray pushes it into the corner for Marshall. Gray wide open at the top of the key, and she knocks another 3 down, second in a row for Gray, pushing her point total up to 14 on the game.
Makia Gray now 50% from the field, 5 of 10 and 4 of 6 from beyond the arc. A great day for the guard out of North Carolina.
Very efficient day. Brooks gives it back to Shepard. Shepard with the corner 3, and she makes it. It's a 3-point barrage by both teams now. Hurricanes up 3, 47-44. Shepard playing good defense on Cornelius. Cornelius gives it off, and she pushes into the paint. Gives it back to Cornelius. Gray makes a move to the basket, puts up a little shot and makes it. A little paint floater there for Mason. McGarity inbounds it to Shepard. Asia Shepard with the ball, dribbles in between the legs, goes around a screen set by McGarity. Gives it off to Kendall Brooks at the top of the key, pushes it to McGarity. McGarity makes a move to the basket, cutting baseline, pushes it out to Camp. Rachel Camp with the ball, and she tries to give it to Baptiste on post position, but Baptiste can't handle the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Possession Miami. Number 13, Mason. Taylor Mason pushes it in, inbounds it. Gray's got it, and a good tip out by Rachel Camp. Possession will stay with Miami with 1:07 left to go in this quarter. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time for Miami to make a play. They're dribbling around. Gray's got it at the top of the key. She gives it to Cornelius on the wing. Ooh, Kendall Brooks with a nice tip. Leads to a steal. Shepard's got the ball. Shepard looking to make a move. She steps back for 3. Ooh, short off the rim. But Baptiste with the rebound. Stripped by Cornelius, and it goes out of bounds. Possession stays here for the Hokies with 48 seconds left to go in this third quarter.
And Trinity Baptiste, 2 offensive rebounds already. She's been very good on the offensive glass, along with Reagan McGarity. And now 3, actually. That was her third. 7 between the 2, Baptiste and McGarity down low.
Emery checks in for Kendall Brooks. Camp looking to inbounds. She's got to hurry. She throws it into a dangerous position, but Baptiste grabs it, pushes it back out to Camp, but there's a foul on the pass. Foul by number 5, Makia Gray.
Yeah, going to be a blocking foul there. Did not have possession as Baptiste was trying to kick it out to the wing.
And that gives Makia Gray her first foul. Trinity Baptiste at the line. She puts up her first. Rattles in. Giving the Hokies 45 points to the Hurricanes 49. She's looking to give the Hokies one more point here on the second free throw. Puts it up, and it's good. Good trip to the line for Trinity Baptiste after a couple shaky ones in the beginning of the game. 2 for 2 there.
Now 5 of 7, or excuse me, 6 of 8 on the game.
Absolutely, she checks out. Hokies with that full court pressure, but the Hurricanes are able to get past it. Cornelius pushes it to Gray, who pushes it to Mason. Mason with the ball. Cornelius passed it off. Number 20 shoots a shot, Marshall, but it's off the backboard. No rim. Emery's got the ball. She's pushing it, getting harassed by a couple Miami defenders, but got a nice handle, able to keep it, and she knows that this could be the last shot of the third quarter. Looking to push this lead maybe down to 1 or tie it up on a 3. She gets a screen, puts up a 3 at the top of the key. Oh, it's in and out. But the rebound goes to Shepard. Shepard gets a man in the air. She puts up the shot, and that one's short. Emery gets the rebound, but that's the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. Hokies scoring well, pushing the lead down to 3. Hurricanes leading 49-46 after this third quarter. We'll be right back for the start of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter, where the number 14 Miami Hurricanes lead the Virginia Tech Hokies 49-46. Hokies outscoring Miami in that third quarter by 1 point to push the deficit to 3. And what adjustments did we see after the second half for both teams?
Looks like the Hokies are trying to be more aggressive defensively. They're trapping in the corners right as the guards from Miami cross half court. And Miami looks like they're trying to rely a little more on the outside game, trying to get some threes instead of relying on Mom Premier, because they may not be able to with her having 3 fouls.
Yeah, along with 3 fouls on the other side, Trinity Baptiste, 2 strong forces for both teams. And the Hokies are shooting 30% from the field, but they're shooting 40% from 3, and I think that just comes to the attribution of the strong interior presence by Hoff and Montpierre for the Hurricanes.
Definitely, with those 2 big forwards down low, it's hard to get shots up in the paint.
Absolutely. Miami starts this quarter with the ball, and Montpierre's got it around the foul line. She puts it up, and it's off the rim. Emery with the rebound. She's pushing it forward. stops at the 3, gives it to Shepard, gets past her man, and gets fouled on the, no, she charged into her. Shepard gets the charge. Another charge here for the Hurricanes. That's their 3rd of the game, playing good defense, and here come the Hokies with that full court pressure.
And that's the 3rd on Shepard. It's possible at the next stoppage she may be pulled.
They trap Gray in the corner, so the Miami coaching staff wisely calls a timeout there. Quickly into this, only 30 seconds into this 4th quarter. Miami will have the ball after this timeout. And yeah, the defense by both teams, especially the Hokies right now, is stifling, and they want the win. They want the ball, and they're doing anything they can to get it.
I've been very impressed with the Hokies. You would think that them being this close, this late in the game, would be an upset, but the Hokies, despite their 3-9 conference record, have a lot of close games. Syracuse and NC State both ranked when the Hokies played them, took them to overtime. Virginia and North Carolina, they blew leads in the second half that cost them wins. And then the last couple of weeks, Louisville and Georgia Tech, they've come back late in games but haven't been able to finish. Late in games, the Hokies have lost some games because of their inability to finish, but 3-9 could really be more like 8-4 at this point.
Absolutely, partner. And yeah, with those Georgia Tech and Louisville games, fighting back in the Georgia Tech game by 17 almost to win, and same in the Louisville game, almost fighting back from down 20 to a top 2 ranked team then. Now Louisville ranked 4, but back when they played them a couple Thursdays ago, they were number 2. And you can, even though, yeah, like you said, it could be at 8-4, and even though they're sitting at 3-9, they show the will and the determination that they want to win.
They do, and it's going to be important for them to finish here within 3 of number 14 Miami, who just beat the number 2 team in the country on their court, the KFC Yum Center in Louisville. Miami is going to want to respond and not have this letdown game after that big win. The Hokies have to take advantage of it and finish here on their home floor.
Absolutely. Miami's just hot right now, especially in conference play, and the Hokies are looking to cool them down. Asia Shepard picked up her 3rd foul before we went to the timeout, and that gives her 3 fouls. She's leading the Hokies with 11 points, so she stays in the game here, looking to not pick up her 4th foul of the game early here in the 3rd.
And Baptiste also on the floor, so 2 players for the Hokies with 3 fouls on the floor right now.
And Montpierre over on the Hurricane side is in, and she's got her 3 fouls. So all players in foul trouble this game on the court. Definitely not looking up to pick up their 4th.
If they do pick up their 4th, Kenny Brooks or Katie Meyer may have to consider pulling their players out of this game just to avoid them fouling out with 7 or 8 minutes left and not being able to use them down the stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. Early in this 4th quarter, you don't want your big-time players leaving the game. They inbound it into Gray. Gray fakes the pass, but gives it off to Mom Premier. Mom pushes it off into the corner. Gives it off to Hoff. Easy layup. It hangs on the rim and goes in.
Hoff has been a force down low despite not maybe having the scoring numbers she's used to. Now has 11, but has really been good down low for the Hurricanes.
Absolutely on both sides. Shepard puts up the 3 and drills it. Pulling her game high, her team high total to 14, tying Makia Gray with 14 on the other side for the Hurricanes. Hurricanes push it up the court, give it to Cornelius. Cornelius looking to drive in, gets a little double team there. Gives it off, but gets it back real quick. Cornelius has the ball, gets a screen by Mom Premier, puts up a little shot on the key. Elbow shot, not good. McGarity with the rebound, gives it off to Emery. Emery looking to push, gives it off to Baptiste. Baptiste driving around the paint on Hoff, looking to make a move, wants to score. She pushes it back to Emery. Emery at the top of the key, drives down the lane, gives it off to McGarity. McGarity drives in too. Baptiste puts up a 3, and it's good! And it's good. The Hokies have a lead, 52-51. 8:05 left in this game. And you can hear the crowd coming alive now.
The Hokies haven't led since there was 8 minutes and 48 seconds left in the first quarter. So bringing it back down by 12 at one point, now have the lead.
Absolutely. Cornelius pushes it off into the corner. Corner three up by India Banks. Too strong, but Mom Premier right there with the rebound and the basket. Put back basket by Beatrice Mom Premier, giving her 15 points for the game.
And that's the double-double.
Absolutely. She's got that offensive rebound, too. Gives her 10 rebounds, 15 and 10 for the double-double. Emery puts up a contested three and drains it. Wet, nothing but net. Emery letting them know, puts the three in the air.
The Hokies are just unconscious from three right now. 12 of 25 on the game, but have been very good as of late.
Absolutely. Their half-court trap almost causes a turnover, but it doesn't. Miami retains possession, gives it off to Hoff. Hoff deep. She's got Mabry on her, so she puts it up, but McGarity right there for the block. Emery grabs the board, and she's pushing it. Looking to score again, does a little spin move around a defender. She's putting all the moves on now. She's in her bag. Gives it off to Baptiste, who pushes it back to Marbury. Marbury slowing it down. 15 on the shot clock. Getting down to 6:30 left in this fourth quarter. Gives it to Emery, back off quick to Mabry. Mabry's got the ball, dribbling around, gives it off to Emery. Emery looking, does a little step back, pump fake, gives it off to McGarity. McGarity, three is short. Mom Premier with the rebound, and she pushes it up and gives it to Gray. Gray gives it back to Banks. Banks to Cornelius. Back off to Banks. Back to, they're just moving the ball around the top of the key now. Cornelius looks for a three, but she doesn't make it. Mom Premier with the rebound, and she's fouled on the putback.
Mom Premier now with 6 offensive boards. She has been a monster on the offensive glass, and now she'll get to go to the line to try and tie this game up.
Kenny Brooks knelt down on the sideline looking at his team. Mom Premier's first free throw attempt, no good.
And she's 55% from the line, but tonight she is 1 of 4.
Yeah, shooting 25%. She looks to increase that percentage with this one, and it's up and it's good. Pushes the deficit for the Hurricanes to 1. McGarity inbound to Mabry. Mabry pushes up the court. Quick timeout by Coach Kenny Brooks. And the Hokies have fought back and taken the lead right under 6 minutes to go. They'll get possession after this timeout. And they've been making the plays they needed to. What have they been doing, partner, to turn the tide?
Well, the Hokies are on a 9-3 run right now, and a lot of that has to do with their three-point shooting. A big three from Trinity Baptiste, a big three from Taylor Emery. They have just been finding their rhythm from the outside, finding the stroke. And, I mean, now we see that 3 players have 3 or more threes. Mabry and Emery both with 3, and Shepard with 4. So three-point shooting has been a huge factor for the Hokies, and I think if they're going to win this game in the last 6 minutes, they're going to have to continue to stroke it from deep.
Yeah, and it looks like Emery is getting into a rhythm. She wasn't certainly on her game in the first half, but now she's making a lot of moves, hitting a lot of step-back threes, spinning around defenders, looking to lead this team to a win.
Emery with 13 now. Asia Shepard still leading the Hokies with 14. And then Baptiste with 12. So 3 players in double digits for the Hokies, as well as Miami. Hoff, Mom Premier, and Makia Gray all in double digits as well.
Yeah, and we've got our key players, Mom Premier and McGarity, down low feasting. Mom Premier with 12 boards and McGarity with 14. And Mom Premier's got 6 offensive rebounds, and that's got to be a huge help for the Hurricanes.
Definitely. The ability to get second chance points is always huge for every team. Just extending possessions and getting as many shots up as you can is always important when you're trying to win a basketball game.
Absolutely. And these half-court traps, full-court pressures by both teams, especially the Hokies here recently, have been a lot to handle for the offensive. Even though there hasn't been many turnovers on them, it's got to be an energy drainer when you've trying to move past those defenders.
Yeah, definitely. It's not allowing either team to set up their offense immediately and forcing them to maybe get out of some trouble in the backcourt and get across the timeline and then try and figure it out. But at that point, you're already probably 10 seconds into the shot clock, and you got to move a little faster.
Absolutely. Number 25, Prather checks in for the Hurricanes along with Taylor Mason. They're joined by Mom Premier and Banks along with Makia Gray. Amisa Hoff takes a little break. We expect to see her back before this game's over. Hokies look like they stay with who they had on the court before the timeout. McGarity looks to inbounds to Emery. Emery crosses up, puts up a shot, misses, but McGarity right there for the board. Gives it to Mabry. Emery puts up another three, and it's good! Emery has hit 3 threes here in the fourth quarter, pushing the lead up to 4. Hokies leading 58-54. And as the Hurricanes try to move it past the timeline, Asia Shepard picks up her 4th foul.
I'd just like to say I'm so impressed with Reagan McGarity's hustle on that play, inbounding it from the far side, able to run all the way down and get the offensive rebound off of Emery's miss. That leads to a huge 3 that stretches the lead to 4. Reagan McGarity may not be having the statistical night she's used to points-wise, but she's making a huge impact on this game.
Yeah, she's still got the energy and the hustle. Gray with the ball for the Hurricanes, gives it off to Taylor Mason in the corner. Gives it back to Gray, gets the screen by Montpierre, drives at the basket, blocked by McGarity. McGarity gets the rebound. She's looking to push. McGarity has all the hustle and energy here, and that's what you need to win a game. She gives it off to Mabry. Mabry getting tightly covered by Mason, who gives it off to Emery. Emery to McGarity. McGarity thinks about a 3, but she doesn't. Gives it to Baptiste, and now Brooks has the ball. Marbury, deep 3, in and out, but McGarity, another offensive rebound, gives it off to Emery for a 3, and it's off. Mom Premier with the board, giving her 13 on the game.
And McGarity now has 17 rebounds, including 7 offensive rebounds.
Coming alive here late. Good defense on Montpierre. Mom Premier gets her board, though, off the nice defense by McGarity and puts it in. Giving her 18 points on the game. Mabry with the ball. Gives it off to Brooks. Brooks on the wing near the logo. Gives it off to Emery. Emery's got tight defense on her by Mason. Gets a screen by Baptiste. Looks to cross her over. Puts up a little hook shot. Too strong. McGarity and Montpremier fighting for the board, and it goes on the ground, but Gray picks it up. Gray tries to push past McGarity. McGarity fouls her in the process.
The Hokie bench not happy. They wanted a foul on the drive there. Instead, it's a turnover for the Hokies, and Miami's going to end up getting the foul, and they'll head back towards their basket.
Yeah, and that gives McGarity her 3rd foul of the game, along with Baptiste. And earlier in this quarter, Shepard picked up her 4th. Asia Shepard checks back in after a short break. They inbound the pass into Cornelius.
Kenny Brooks risking it these last 4 minutes, putting Asia Shepard in there with 4 fouls.
Probably coached her up, told her not to get the foul. We need you in the game, but not out. She gets the rebound on that play. Shepard looking to push. Shepard's got the ball, dribbling around, dribbles up to the key, gives it off to Emery. Emery looking to drive. A lot of players on that side of the court. Gives it off to McGarity. McGarity. Now Mabry has it. Mabry getting the screen by McGarity. Trying to push inside. Dribbles out. Looking for someone to pass it to. Gives it to Baptiste, who's covered by Montpremier. She puts up the shot. McGarity there for the rebound. Gets blocked by Hoff. Hoff blocks it, and Cornelius has the ball pushing Euro and lays it in.
What a move.
Nice move there. Nice Euro. Nice layup to tie the game up here with 3:08 left in the game. McGarity's got the ball on the 3 line. Trinity's got it now. She gives it off to Shepard. Shepard pushes it to Marbury. Marbury with a little fake and pop. Misses. Hurricanes let it go out of bounds. Possession back to Miami.
That's a great sequence there for Miami, getting the block on Reagan McGarity and then pushing it. Laura Cornelius was covered tightly at the free throw line. By the time she got to the basket, there was no one within 5 feet of her. A great Euro step there to finish and tie this game up.
Cornelius moves it past the timeline, standing at the logo, gives it off to number 20, Kelsey Marshall. Kelsey gives it. Now Montpremier's got it down near the baseline. Gives it back to Marshall. Marshall gives it to Gray. A lot of ball movement on this play. Hoff got the ball after a little fumble. She's got it. Gives it off to a wide open Gray, who puts up the shot, and it off the rim. Mabry with the rebound, looking to push it up. Runs across the court. Calls for a timeout. Coach Kenny Brooks wants to coach up his team after this game down. 2:21 left in this game, all tied up at 58.
What a great game thus far. And if you told me that the Hokies would be tied with 2 minutes left with the Hurricanes and McGarity and Mabry only had 16 points, I would have said you're crazy. McGarity and Mabry usually have to be the leading scorers and the leaders of this team, but right now the other 3 starters for the Hokies, Shepard, Emery, and Baptiste, taking over and putting this team on their back.
Yeah, you always know Emery's going to get her points. She's just that good of a player. But Miami's coaching staff has done a really good job, like you said, to take out the scoring of Mabry and McGarity. But Asia Shepard and Trinity Baptiste stepping up with 14 points and 12 points respectively.
And McGarity, you may be able to stop her from scoring, but the one thing you can't do is stop her from rebounding. 18 rebounds already. 2 minutes left. She might be able to get to 20, and if those are offensive rebounds, I think we can call it a triple-double if she gets the points, obviously, of offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. She has 10 defensive, 8 offensive, so a really impressive performance on the boards from the senior from Sweden.
Absolutely. Even though she's not scoring like she usually does, she's still playing with that intensity and hustle, grabbing offensive boards, defensive boards, blocking shots, getting her a steal here and there, and now she looks to inbound the pass on Hoff, who's doing a couple jumping jacks in front of her. Looking for someone to pass it to, gives it off to Emery. Emery's got the ball. Drives up to the key, around the logo, to the wing. She's getting a screen by McGarity. She's got Hoff switched on to her now, big versus little. She's looking to make a move around her, gives it off to McGarity in the middle, and they double team her. McGarity and Montpremier fighting for the ball. Jump ball again. McGarity again with her hands in the right places. That's her. She's caused 3 jump balls this game. Possession stays with the Hokies.
And that is number 9 on the offensive rebounds, and now the Hokies will have it.
Foul on before the pass on the floor. Foul by number 5. Scratch that, sorry. Foul on number 1, Laura Cornelius. They inbound it. Mabry's got the ball. Mabry gives it off to Shepard. He puts up a 3, and she drills it. Nothing but net. Drain O. She's unconscious right now.
Asia Shepard having a coming out party. Her 5th 3 of the game. That one off balance. I'm not sure how she made that, but she did, and the Hokies lead by 3.
Absolutely, partner. Hoff with the ball at the top of the key. Gives it off to Gray. Gray moves to the key. Gives it off to Cornelius, who pushes it low to Montpremier. Montpremier puts up a hook shot. She travels. McGarity with the defense forces a travel out of Montpremier. Turnover Miami. Hokies keep possession, leading 61-58 after that off-balance 3 by Asia Shepard. 1:33 left in the game. Timeout here by Miami.
And Asia Shepard averaging less than 7 points per game. Today she has 17. And I said earlier, she holds the record for most 3s by a freshman in Virginia Tech history. And as a sophomore, she's proving tonight she's the one who got it done.
Yeah, she's stepping up in this game, and the Hokies need her, and she has delivered.
And now a big possession coming up. Hokies leading by 3 with a minute and a half left. If they can get deep in this shot clock here and possibly get points and make it a 2-possession game, that would make it very hard for Miami to come back.
Absolutely. Look for the Hokies to slow it down, but they've got to take the shot that comes available for them, whether that be with 29 seconds left or 1. McGarity inbounds it into Emery. Emery gives it to McGarity, and she's fouled by Makia Gray, number 5, her second foul of the game and the Hurricanes' second team foul of the quarter. McGarity gives it off to Emery on the inbound, who's looking to push it fast, and she gets fouled by number 20, Kelsey Marshall. That's 2 quick fouls by the Hurricanes, giving them 3.
Hurricanes realize they have some fouls to give, and they're trying to maybe slow this game down and extend it a little bit.
Ooh, Emery with a body pushing her defender away. Gives it off to Shepard, who is fouled. Fouled again by number 20, Kelsey Marshall. That gives her her 3rd foul, their 4th team foul of the quarter. 1:17 left in this game. Hokies still leading by 3. Miami's defense is getting a little strong, but they're getting a little handsy at the same time.
And now Miami, no fouls to give. Next time they foul, the Hokies will go to the line for 2.
They pass it deep into Baptiste. Baptiste has the ball. She has Gray come up behind her trying to steal it, but gets fouled by Gray, sending Baptiste to the line.
And I think maybe Miami was looking to try and get a certain person at the free throw line, Trinity Baptiste, who plays down low, which you would think most forwards don't have great free throw percentage. Baptiste, 85%, and she's 6 of 8 today, so maybe not the best choice by Makia Gray.
Yeah, after missing 2 early, she's made a lot so far. She puts up her first, and she makes it, pushing the Hokie lead to 4. Minute and 13 left in this game. Baptiste back at the line for her 2nd. Hurricanes picking up a lot of fouls here. 3 quick fouls real quick. 2 by Marshall, 1 by Gray.
Now both Marshall and Gray with 3 fouls, but with a minute left, you would assume that won't be a factor.
Yeah, the biggest person in foul trouble now with the time going down is Shepard.
Yes, Asia Shepard with 4 fouls, and obviously she's been the biggest factor for the Hokies with 17 points, 5 of 9 from deep. Definitely the player of the game for Virginia Tech today.
Yeah, absolutely. At this point, they don't want to lose her. Baptiste at the line for a second. She puts it up, and it's good. Lead up to 5 now. Hurricanes with the ball. Pushes it into Cornelius, and they're showing that trap, but they get a screen by Hoff, and Mabry fouls Laura Cornelius on the play.
Maybe not the smartest idea by Mabry there. That's going to push the Hurricanes into the bonus. Laura Cornelius, 89% at the free throw line. She is a fantastic free throw shooter. That basically just gets rid of a possession. If she makes both of these, it's back to a 3-point game.
Absolutely, and really early in the shot clock, Laura Cornelius hits her first one. Both teams getting into some foul trouble. A lot of fouls here after the timeout. 1:08 left. Laura puts up her 2nd. Oh, in and out. Baptiste with the rebound. Baptiste has the ball, and they strip it from her. Ball on the floor, but Baptiste jumps on it quick. They call it a jump ball.
That'll be the possession errors pointing towards the Hokies, so it looks like
keep the ball.
They're going to get away with it there. Baptiste with a great defensive rebound, but almost lost it and gave it back to the Hurricanes.
Good hustle to jump on the ball on the ground and force that jump ball, the 5th of the game. She inbounds it in to Baptiste. Baptiste driving quick and gets fouled immediately. Trying to drive past a few players there. Gets fouled by Mom Premier, giving her 3rd personal foul, her 4th personal foul of the game. You don't want to see her, the Hurricanes don't want to see her out of this game. Even though there's only 58 seconds left, they want her to stay in. She checks out.
Baptiste has made her last 7 at the line, 8 of 10 on the day.
Looking to push that lead up. First one up and good. Pushing the lead back up to 5 for the Hokies. Just under a minute to go in this game. Hokies lead by 5, looking to get the win here in Castle Coliseum. Trinity Baptiste second free throw good, pushing the lead up to 6. They're still pushing that trap. Mabry's all over her defender, Laura. Laura puts up the 3. Cornelius, no good. Rebound Hokies. Emery comes out of the pile with the ball. She has to pick it up. She's got defenders all over her, and Coach Kitty Brooks sees his player trapped with 3 defenders and calls a quick timeout. Doesn't want to turn the ball over. Here with 41 seconds left to go in the game, Hokies keep possession with this timeout.
Definitely a smart play by Kenny Brooks there. Calling the timeout, making sure that they keep possession there. Ball doesn't get knocked away. Not sure why Miami didn't foul immediately. They're down 2 scores, 41 seconds left. They're running out of time. So they took about 5 seconds off the clock there trying to maybe get the ball away. Definitely need to foul a little bit faster.
Yeah, looking to get the steal, wasting a couple seconds off the clock. And, since they don't get the steal, it's not a good payout. Number 25 and number 20, 25 Prather and 20 Marshall check in late for the Hurricanes.
Looks like Miami's trying to avoid Mom Premier getting her 5th foul. Bringing in Prather off the bench.
Prather doing some jumping jacks in front of McGarity. Coach doesn't like what he sees, so he calls another timeout to make sure that they don't get a turnover on the 5-second violation.
No timeouts left now for Kenny Brooks. Gonna have to figure out this inbounds. A very good defensive set there for Miami, trying to force that turnover. If they're able to get a turnover and a quick 3, it's a brand new game.
Absolutely, partner. Both teams playing with a lot of intensity, but that's put them in a foul trouble. Both teams in the bonus now, so any foul will send a player to the line for 2. 41 seconds left to go in this game after Coach Kenny Brooks calls a timeout before the inbounds pass by McGarity. They all come back out. McGarity is out of bounds for the inbounds play. She inbounds it quickly to Emery. Emery gets fouled immediately there by number 25, Prather. Emery going to the line, trying to score 2 more, pushing her point total up to 18.
That would make her the leading scorer on the day and put her right around her average, scoring about 17.6 points per game.
Absolutely, and Miami did a good job fouling quick, only let 2 seconds come off the game clock. Emery with her first shot, it's up and it's good. That pushes the lead to 7 for the Hokies.
And Emery was the leading scorer at Miami earlier in the season, had 20 in that game and 10 rebounds, a double-double for Taylor Emery.
Absolutely. Mom Premier checks back in the game late, 39 seconds left to go. Emery's second shot up and good. Lead up to 8, time out. Timeout Miami. Miami looking to make a move after this timeout to push this game back down to 5 with a quick 3.
And the Hokies, I think they might have finally learned their lesson. Finish, finish, finish. They've had so many games they've let get away late. This one doesn't look like it's going to be one. Up 8, 40 seconds left. Just a great fourth quarter performance here by the Hokies as a team. McGarity going and getting the boards, and Emery and Shepard, deep range dead eyes, just putting it in the hoop from beyond the arc. Just a great overall team performance for the Hokies, and it's looking like they're going to get away with their 4th win of the ACC play.
Absolutely. And great free throw percentage by the team, shooting at a clip of 83%, only missed 3 free throws on the game, most of those coming early. Miami inbounds the ball. Cornelius got it, puts up a 3, and it's short. Emery with the rebound, and she's fouled immediately there.
You'd have to assume that Miami's goal is going to be to get Laura Cornelius a 3 ball.
Absolutely. Emery there trying to hype up the crowd, throwing her hands in the air, and you hear the crowd's reaction. They can smell a victory here in Castle Coliseum. Emery back up to the line, trying to push her point total up to 18. First one up and good.
And the Hokies have been waiting for that big ranked opponent victory at home. Louisville couldn't get it to happen. Florida State couldn't get it to happen. Notre Dame couldn't get it to happen. Syracuse couldn't get it to happen. The list goes on. And it looks like they're finally going to get that. Miami coming off a signature win for their program, and they come into the Castle. And it looks like the Hokies are going to pull it away.
Yeah, Emory hits her second free throw there, giving her 20 points for the game, making her the leading scorer. And a timeout by Miami, trying to come back out and write up a play for another quick three. Now down 10 points with 33 seconds left. Time is running out for Miami. They need to get it moving. They need to put up baskets quick. Hopefully get a Hokie turnover and put up another one.
Yeah, and like I said, Laura Cornelius is going to be the one they look for on the three-point line. One of the better three-point shooters in Miami history, and has the second best average on the team, behind just Kelsey Marshall, number 20, who today is 1 of 4 from behind the arc, as well as Cornelius, both 1 of 4.
We're checking back into this game. Hurricanes, throughout the whole game, the Hurricanes have had the lead for 29 minutes of this game. Hokies only right under 7, but the Hokies leading here with 30 seconds left to go. Montpremier gets the inbounds pass, gives it off to Gray. Gray puts up a 3, and it's good. Gray with the 3 to silence the crowd. 62-69. Blocking foul there by Cornelius on Emory, sending her back to the line. Trying to make her 6th. First trying to make her 5th free throw in a row. After that, trying to make it 6, trying to push her point total up to 22 on the game.
Micaiah Gray giving a little life to Miami there with the 3, and she has been the hot hand today, 5 of 9 from beyond the arc. Maybe go with the person who's shooting better today instead of throughout their career.
Absolutely. Emory up with the shot, and it's good. Free throw up and good, pushing the Virginia Tech total to 70. Hurricanes got 62. Emory with 21 points puts up her second, and it's good, giving her 22 for the game. She's the leading scorer. Gives it off to Cornelius. Cornelius pushing it up. Gives it off to number 20, Marshall. Marshall pushes it off to Gray. Gray looks to make a move, gets to the corner, makes a 3, and she got it. That's 2 in a row. Giving the team 65-71. Emory's got the ball. Emory's driving. Marshall fouls her. No one was in front of her. But that sends Emory back to the line. She's looking to push her point total up and up and up. Coming to the line for her 7th and 8th free throws recently in this 4th quarter. Emory puts up her first shot, and she's got it. Pushing the lead back up to 7. Hokies lead by 7 with 14.7 left to go in this game. Emory puts up her second shot and makes it, giving her 24 for the game. They trap Cornelius off to the inbounds pass. She stepped out of bounds. Turnover Miami. Hokie ball. 11.7 left to go in the game. Hokies leading by 8. Looking to close this game out. McGarity inbounds it to Emory, and no one coming after her. And that's it. Hokies will win this game after the buzzer, 73-65, behind Emory's 24 points. And that's the game. Hokies win, taking down number 14, Miami.
Definitely a big part of that game was Taylor Emory and her job at the line there at the end. 10 of 10 on the game from the line, and Trinity Baptiste 10 of 12 at the line on the day. So those two together put 20 points on the board at the line. Shows that free throws can win games.
Absolutely, partner. And that's it for us here at 3304 Sports. I'm Skylar.
We're going to be back in a second. Skylar and Riley Wyatt will rejoin as we do a post-game show here and recap the 73-65 Virginia Tech victory over number 14 Miami. We'll be back in a little bit.